And welcome back to Hump Day with Hollywood Hay. Today at Churchill Downs. Terry, now that all the political madness is over, maybe everybody can settle down and we can go about just doing our normal routines in life. I'm sure all the people in those swing states are probably thrilled to death to turn on their TV this morning and see a Coca-Cola commercial or a diaper commercial or a beer commercial or just regular commercials for the first time in probably a month.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'll quit getting those texts all the time.
Yeah, for sure. How are you doing today, Big Kahuna? Singing a little song, Reagan's Flame, Nancy, Tape from Would Not Understand. You guys are the best. Thank you, Armando. We appreciate that. Hello, Armando and Tafum. Got Armando and Private Ryan and everybody having a little bit of a conversation here. Private Ross with his codes today. He likes the red horse, the number one, across some of his first three races. Yesterday, a profitable day from the bets there, Mr. Terry.
Yep.
Hopefully we can continue that trend as well today on Hump Day with Hollywood A. Before the show gets going, let's talk a little bit about some free tracks today. Fort Erie is the free track today at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. There is a link in the description below. And as always, when the show is over, you can head on over to horseracingtoday.net. We'll post all of our comments along with the replay of the show there. And when you're there, please hit that HRT gear link. Go over there and get yourself a Horse Racing Today hat, apron, t-shirt, bag. We have all sorts of things to meet your needs and make you look great. And even keep your coffee warm during the upcoming winter months in the north. All right, Terry. Well, let me have everything else was prepped normally and correctly today, except the first race. Got that in order. Let's get started.
Okay, we're going to start out at a mile and the 16th. It's a claiming race, $30,000 claiming price, $56,000 purse for 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won 3 races, or 3-year-olds.
And a mile and a 16th. I think there's 3 of those races today, maybe more. But 3, I think for sure. Does favor tactical speed. 24% go wire to wire. There is an inside 3 bonus, 4 and out. The closer you are to the rail, the better, but still, there is a little bit of a discount once you get past the 3 horse. In the opening race, we're looking for horses in our simulations, 1,000 of them, to see which have the most early speed. You can see that number here. Based upon our early speed projections, which horses are likely to get a race that mirrors their best performances. Q30 scores, we're looking for a number to 30 or above. Nothing to see here. Par plus in our 1,000 simulations. What percent of the time they ran a speed figure equal to or above the Brisnet par speed figure? That is 87. And then finally, we're always looking for something on sale. We're great shoppers, Terry. We want our simulation odds to be lower than post-time odds. Does look like when the racing starts, 2 of them will get out to the lead.
That's right. That 2 should get out first if it gets the good break, but the 7 may have something to say about that. And then the 4 has an overlay from almost 7-1 to 15-1. The 5 has an overlay from 4-1 to 8-1. All but the 6 show par plus numbers. And all of these show C zones, especially that 1 and the 7.
Yeah, right now, the 1 horse with 5 minutes to go till post time is your favorite at the moment at 2-1. Our addition to our simulations, we take a look at where the horses have run. We do trip handicapping here on the left. We see most of the horses want to be middle back. These are your front runners or pilots, as I call them, co-pilots or pilots here. These are co-pilots. PCs are the most versatile horses in horse racing. They can literally be anywhere on the track. They can win from the front, the middle, the back, usually middle back. C's are closers. So you got the 3 horse as a closer. Our good friend Chris Parmalu, Horse Racing X on Twitter. Follow him if you don't. He likes to talk about pace makes the race. Well, the early pace belongs to the 7 and the 2. It's exactly what we saw in our simulations. The end of the race, My Noble Knight is the strongest of the PC types, 7 points clear of the 1. If you're new here, you'll find out that 5 points equals about 1 length. It's about a length quicker than everybody else, but should be more than a length off the lead. And our top total pace horse, Terry, typically wins about, not our top total pace, but our top 4, produces the winners approximately 72% of the time. It's a good chance you'll find the winner there. There's a good chance those are in your picks, Terry. Why do you like Shogun Be Fast?
Shogun Be Fast. He ran second in his last start, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I like the 3 as my second choice. Best start speed is fastest among today's starters and can improve while we're getting blinkers today. And then I like the 7, Not Normal. He drops in class today as a trainer, wins 28% of the races when taking a horse down 2+ classes, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. I like the 5 as my long shot, Bayou Magic. He has won 2 races in a row and now goes for a hat trick and has a bullet workout of 4 furlongs on October 8th. There you go.
I'm going to start with the 2-horse Shogun Be Fast, too. I expect Shogun to be fast today, and we see that in our simulations. And last time out, ran the top last race speed figure, 8 points clear of anybody else. Again, Andrew Beyer says anytime a horse has a 3-point differential, you got to include those. Not Normal is our top total pace horse, 6 points better than everybody else. It's about a 1-length lead. We see our top total pace horses with those kind of advantages hit the board regularly. I'm Your Man, the current favorite. The 1-horse drops in class and is a very consistent performer with the strongest C-zone. And then Eternal Road, the 3-horse, the last work tells me, what was it, 3 furlongs and 34 seconds? I know our good friend Charles used to say, Charles Trent, that 3 furlong workouts don't matter. Any horse can run fast for 3 furlongs. But what I do think that tells us is that they intend on sending that horse to the front of the track today. We got 2 minutes to go before the opening race here, Terry. So let's try to race through race number 2 faster than they can line up.
Okay, then let's do that. It's a 5 or 6 furlong race, an allowance race, $50,000 allowance, and then it's a purse of $72,000. 3-year-olds and upward, which have started for a claiming price of $50,000 or less, or which have broken their maiden in a maiden auction race, and which have never won a race other than a maiden claiming or waiver claiming.
Not a lot to talk about there, but 6 furlongs tactical speed, a little less than 1 out of 4, winning gate to wire. Post positions 1 through 7, they play pretty similarly, a little bit above par. 8 and out, there's a pretty good discount there. Only 1 horse sitting. Oh, actually, there's only 7 horses because there's a scratch in here. So no 8 are out, Terry. Where's the speed?
Well, it's really unusual because most of these have, all of them have speed, and there's 3 or 4 that show about similar speed. So I just really don't know. It's anybody's guess race. I think the 3 has an overlay from 5-1 to 20-1. The 8 has an overlay from about 7-5 to 3-1. All but the 4 show par plus numbers at all of the shows. All of them have comfort zones, and the 8 has a really nice Q30.
Yeah, Trust Daddy up in that 30 range. This race, well, most people want to be, it's kind of split. 3 that want to be on the front, middle back for the most. Should give the horses with a little bit of late legs maybe an edge there. Northern Chill, the 6 horse, is the fastest of the front runners. The 1 and 5 might prove to be out of their position today. Cathedral Beach comes hardest at the end over Trust Daddy. And then your top total pace horse is Trust Daddy. Great advice. Top 5 horses right there. Big drop off to the 1 or 4. Real fast, Terry. What do you have?
Okay, I like Trust Daddy, the 8. He won 2 races in a row, going for a hat trick, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. The 5B said second choice. He's ran 3rd in his last start as a favorite, but has a trainer, wins 22% of the races. When bringing back a beaten favorite, has the highest speed figure at today's distance, and best start speed is fast among today's starters. Number 6, Northern Chill is my 3rd choice, ran 2nd in his last start, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. The 3 is my long shot, Airborne Elite, finished in 3rd place, but hasn't raced for 11 months, but been steadily working out for his return, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. I'm going to play our first pick 4. They use the 3, 5, 6, 8 with the 1, 6, 8, 9 with the 2, 5, 8, finishing up with the 1, 6, $48 ticket.
You can see my ticket here. B-Sud, early speed, cutting back in distance for the 5. Cathedral Beat, very consistent performer, strong late pace. Trust Daddy, winner 2 in a row, better early pace, and then Airborne Elite, maybe the most upside in just the 5th race and some nice workouts. All right, race number 1 is running. The 2 horse has found its way to the lead, but he's running a little side head cocked. I'm not really the biggest fan of that, but he did get off to a pretty simple lead there, Terry, 5-1. The 4 horse right now, Cash Me Up, is running in 2nd place, an overlay right there. The 3 horse, Eternal Road, is in 3rd. Looks like the 5 and the 6 are trailing at the back of the pack there. The 7 and the 1 off the pace. The 1 kind of hard to see. 7's trying to find some way on the rail. Opening quarter in 24.3 seconds. I don't know if that's going to hold to be too quick or, 48 and 2. So he quickened it up a little bit in the second half. It might be tough, but there's a lot of kickback because the track looks like it's a little bit wet. 2-horse continues to set the tone. Does look like the horses are closing in on him. The 6 is kind of out. Still has a good firm hold on that 2. Hasn't really asked him to go yet. The 7, the 1, a lot of horses closing in on him. Let's see what happens if they turn for home here. 2-horse continues to lead the way, but I think he's going to get past here momentarily. It does look like that. You can't get, nobody's really organizing themselves here a little bit. Looks like the 3-horse, Terry. It's going to take the W. The 4-horse is going to get into there next. Maybe the 2-horse is going to come out and try to hurt him. But it's a big win for the 3-horse, Eternal Road. That one smashing the field. It's going to go 3, 2, 4, 6. 3, 2, 4, 6. And the speed didn't hold up there. Looks like maybe horses that are mid-pack, because none of the horses that were in the back really closed. So take a look maybe at those mid-pack horses as the day goes on. Race number 3 is where we're going to go on to next.
That's right. We sure are. And it's a 1.16 miles. And it's it's a maiden claiming race, $30,000 claiming price, $50,000 purse for maidens, filly, 2-year-olds.
And we just saw a 1.16 miles there. So speed didn't hold up. It did kind of fade. Middle of the pack types, tactical speed, that is the bias. Post positions 1 through 7, a small bonus, 8 and out. A little bit of a discount. A lot of these horses, pretty limited careers so far. So the simulations may not mean as much as they would in horses with more experience. But nonetheless, it still paints a picture of who will be on the front at the beginning, Terry. And looks like 4 of them getting the bulk of the early pace points.
Yeah, the middle horses there do, as you can see there, there's, 4 or 5 of them that have some speed, although most of these have speed. But it's another one of those anyone's guess race. And then the 7 has an overlay from almost 4 to 1 to 10 to 1. The 8 has an overlay from about 7 to 5 to 6 to 1. The 10 has an overlay from 15 to 1 to 20 to 1. All but the 2 have par plus numbers, and all but the 9, 10, 11 have C zones.
What does this race tell you? All this numbers tells you it is a wide open race. Perhaps an all-type race, maybe. Well, look at here. All of these horses here not within 5 lengths of the winner at the finish line. So some improvement necessary today. The 3 and the 10, well, it's their first day at the track in a live race. 6 and 8 want to be forward. The 1 wants to be a closer. A lot of maiden races are 1 towards the front. Let's see who will be up there. The Mezza California, well, that's the quickest of the bunch, Blushing Cam. But outside of that 6-horse, if you don't get off to a good start, really not a big gap from worst to first. You better get off to a clean start. Better not be forced wide, or you could have a tough trip today. Magnetic Beach is about a length quicker than everybody down the stretch. Should be right in that mix early on. We don't see much of a change there in our top total pace horses, Terry. With the 8, the 7, the 11, and the 9, well, you can put the 6 in that mix too. We'll find out what the first-timers add to this mix, Terry. Tell us all about your picks.
Well, I like the 8 Magnetic Beach, ran second versus similar in her only start. Has the highest last speed rating and a good workout on October 30th. Then Rando, the 9, second choice, drops in class today. She has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 21% of the races, and the horse's first time racing in a maiden claiming race. And then the 6 is my third choice, drops in class today. Her best start speed is fast among today's starters. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Number 1 is my long shot. Don't worry. She was beaten only a length and 3/4 versus similar in her last start. The rail post win a 19% clip. She has a trainer, wins 18% of the races in a maiden claiming race. And that's about it for me in that race.
I have Magnetic Beach too as the top pick. That looks like a little bit of a price for both of us right in there. Just needs to improve a typical amount, anywhere from 5 to 13 points on the speed figure. That would be enough to win, and get some maintenance workout in between races to sharpen the saw. Blushing Cam, this 7-horse, well, that's the same story as the 6-horse. Just missed as the favorite in its debut. Again, the Chris Parmalu angle, second race, right? You just go about beating one horse this time. Just needs to improve in round 2 as well. The 9-horse Rando is a maiden special dropper with 4 workouts between starts. And then finally, Don't Worry, wasn't a very hard call for me over the 1-horse, over the 6-horse. 2 good workouts and a move to the inside give Don't Worry the little bit of an edge for me over the 6. No additional bets for me yet, Terry. In our $100 budget, we will see a bet from Terry here, it looks like, in race number 4. But before we get to that, we have to go through the race specifics.
That's right. And it's 5 furlongs. It's a maiden race, $120,000 purse. And it's for maidens, fillies, and mares, 3-year-olds and upward.
In this short race, Terry, really difficult to get an idea of what to expect from a bias standpoint. It's only been one race so far. It was won by a horse that was probably 3rd or 4th at the quarter-mile marker, 3rd or 4th at the half-mile marker, and then left from post positions 4 through 7. Maybe a stalker, maybe a front runner. I would expect with these short races and quick turn, you might want to hit that turn early on, Terry. Again, limited data for race number 4. From what we see, looks like 1 or 2 of them are a little quicker than the rest.
Yeah, the 3 and the 5 shows more speed than all the rest of them, and they could go head-to-head to that quarter pole. The 1 has an overlay from 4 to 1 to 6 to 1, and the 8 has an overlay from about 2.5 to 1 to 5 to 1. 4, 6, 1, and 8 show par plus numbers only. All but the 2 show C zones.
Yeah, and the only one showing a C zone above 50%, meaning in more than 50% of our simulations. Today's race looks like if you overlay the best race for the 3-horse Flat Sorman, should mirror that race, look a lot like it. Top total pace horses and our pace here. Look, 2-horse going to start to the first time today, 1 and 3. Again, stragglers, not within a handful of lengths of the winner when the photos were taken. 3 that want to be on the lead, 2 that want to be in the back. Again, these races usually go to those who can get forward early. Flat Stormin', Blackfoot Daisy, they'll be out to the front at the end of the race as they come home for the close. Bang Bang Fury, not going to be too far off the lead there. It does have a little bit more late speed than the 6-horse. A little bit of a drop off then to Titiana's Dream. I don't know what that. I got to be careful with that. And then your top total 4 horses, not including Splattered, the 2-horse, the 1, the 6, the 8, and the 5. Terry, how did you factor them in?
Well, I like the 5 Blackfoot Daisy. She has an early foot, so the cut back in distance is a key to her win. And she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Then I like number 8, Bang Bang Fury. She finished 3rd versus similar in her last race. She has the highest last race speed rating, and her best start speed is fast among today's starters. She's actually tied with somebody else. Number 2 is Splattered. She is a first-time starter whose dam has 1 winner from 1 starter. Her breeding suits today's sprint distance. She has a high percentage winning jockey who wins 31% of the dirt starts. He has a horse running in, and a high percentage winning jockey, so lots of boxes checked off there. My 3rd choice, my long shot, is Sweet Trouble. She has a high percentage winning trainer, may improve in the 2nd start since her layoff, and her best start speed is fast among today's starters, actually tied with another one. She's my long shot, the number 4. I'm going to play a $1 exacta box, 2, 4, 5, and 8.
I'm going to start with the 8-horse, Bang Bang Fury. Consistent. Really consistent performance. So you get a good effort out of this one. It does have some fast workouts getting ready for the first race since February. Splattered, the 2-horse, first-time starter for Wesley Ward. Well, it's on the slop. That's going to look a lot like turf. You know how good he is in sprints on turf. And if you look at the what I like to call back bullets, Charles and I had this argument about whether or not workouts matter. I think they do. Especially when you see one like this, 4 furlongs, 47 and 2, quickest of 12. But that number under 48, that's that workout where Wesley Ward wants to see what he has. He has a quick horse here, folks. Number 4, Sweet Trouble, next in my line of picks. I'm going to toss out that last race that didn't go very well. Does have some really good workouts, some of his best published workouts between races. We'll see that horse return to form. And then Blackfoot Daisy, the 5-horse, final call for me, maybe the most upside in the race, making just the 3rd start of its career. No bets for me. Race number 5 is next on our list. It's the middle of the 9-race card, Terry. A little bit of different distance in this one.
Yeah, it's a little bit longer. It's 6 furlongs, an optional claiming race, $125,000 claiming price. Purse, $134,000 for fillies 3-year-olds, which have never won 2 races other than a maiden, claiming, starter, or state bred, or which have not won 3 races, or a claiming price of $125,000.
Yeah, I have this one listed as a wide open race, and we'll talk about some of that in a minute. But tactical speed, middle forward, 23% of the time you can win on the lead. Small bonus for post positions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. But if you add up all those bonuses, it makes for a big discount for 8 and out post position wise. In the 5th race, Terry, we don't have to worry about those horses on the outside. 3 of them look much quicker at the beginning in the race than the other 3.
That's right. So it could be a head-to-head match between those 3 getting to the finish line. The 2 has an overlay of 2-1 to 15-1, and the 5 has an overlay from almost 7-1 to 12-1. All of them show par plus numbers, and all but the 3 show C zones, and the 6 has a really nice C zone, and the 1 and 2 show above 30% Q30.
Yeah, interesting as to which one of those 2. The Big Calhoun also, that huge overlay. Didn't make any one of our picks. Probably you're going to be a regret for the both of us, Mr. Terry. In race 5, that middle race, 1, 2 want to be on the lead. We saw that in our simulations. The 6, PC type, so you can be forward if need. 3, 4, 5 want to close, so 3 that want to be up, 3 that want to be in the back. Matches what we see in the computer data. The early pace, 2, 6, and 1, well, they should be out front, although that 4 horse sneaking up in there, and really only a 2-length difference between the 2 and the 5. Again, get bumped, get stuck in the gate, get wide. It's going to be a huge factor. The end of the race, if everybody's out running fast, Tanya Showers will be coming hardest at the end, along with Sing a Little Song. But again, not much difference from top to bottom. Put them all together, Terry. Look at these scores. Only the 5-horse trial really not fitting in. All the others within 2 points of each other. You really can pick any horse in this race. Which one did you pick?
Well, I went and picked the number 6 as my pick of the day today at Parks Racing, hoping to get a little bit of a good price. It's Reagan's Flame. She tried a grade 3 race without success and then drops back into class today where she can be very competitive at. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Then I like the 1 as my second choice, won her last race, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. The 3 is my third choice, ran the second in her last race, has the highest last race speed rating. She has the highest speed figure at today's distance, and her best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. Then I like the 4, Sing a Little Song. She's my long shot. She has finished second in her last race and likes the distance. I'm going to play 16 to win and 20 to place on number 6, a $6 exacta, 6 on top with the 1, 3, 4, a $2 double, 6 with all, and a 50-cent pick 3. I'm going to use the 1, 6 with the 3, 5, 6, 7 with the 1, 4, 6, 8.
I'm going to start with the 3 horse as my top selection here. Tanya Showers. Tanya Showers had the top last race speed figure, 3 points clear of everybody else, is one of our simulation favorites, and should get a good trip behind all that speed. Number 1, Benedetta, chance to go forward, has that Q30 score above 30 points in there. Looks like a drop in class here as well, Mr. Terry. The number 6, Reagan's Flame, is next for me on the list. Drops from a grade 3 and has run 3 times at this distance. And then the 4 horse, I think I meant to put the 2 horse in here, to be honest with you. I'm going to change that up a little bit because I have the wrong notes in there. So it's not Sing a Little Song, it's the 2 horse, because it also has that Q30 score and a chance to be forward in a race where speed could be the difference. So let me go about changing that in my picks and make sure I don't have that 2 anywhere in my pick 4. Let's see, race 2, no, 1, 3, 6. All right. So I just want to go back here and make this. What race are we in here? Race number? Which one?
5th race.
Which one is it?
5th race.
All right, 2 horse. All right, you got that there. Just want to make sure I got that right. All right, no bets for me, but we're going to go off to the 6th race where we will make a pick 4 selections for the late pick 4. We got to kick it off with the 6th race, Terry, and boy, just like yesterday, they're going to start it with the maiden race.
That's right. It's in a mile and 16th maiden claiming race, $20,000 claiming price, $42,000 purse for maidens 3-year-olds and upward.
And this is the 3rd mile in the 16th race we saw in the opener. the 3-horse come blowing by everybody from the middle of the pack. Maybe that's what we'll see again here. Otherwise, the bias so far has been tactical speed, 24%, going gate to wire, inside 3, get a little bit of an edge over the rest of the horses in the field. The closer to the rail, the better you are. Gary, do we have any speed advantage in the 6th race?
No, I don't think so. As you can see there, the speeds all the way across the board. Most of them have some kind of speed, and a lot of them are very close. So it's another who knows race. As far as the overlays, the 3 has an overlay from 3.5 to 4.5 to 1, and the 11 has an overlay from 2 to 1 to 30 to 1.
Wow.
That's a big one. And then 11, 3, 2, and 5 show par plus numbers. All of them show C zones, especially the 8 and the 2. They've got really nice C zones.
Again, another race that looks like anybody can win, Terry. Speed tends to win these. Got 4 that won it before. The rest, well, the 1, 4, 5, 1, 4, 7, 8, 11. Again, a group of horses that so far have not been competitive. So of the experienced horses, most want to be forward. Maybe that 6 can get a really good trip photo op sitting in between all of that mess. At the start, Money Hungry, along with Stormin' Love, tiebreaker. Lenny, there looked like the quickest of the bunch. The 3-horse on the inside, though, it and the 2 probably go out. I suspect the 2 does get that early race advantage. At the end of the race, Ramses, the wrestler that Jack Black wrestled in, oh, God, I can't forget. How can I not remember the name of the movie right now? Anyway, Nacho Libre, that's it. Yes, indeed. You got a bunch of them within a length of each other, and then your top total pace crew right here, Terry. The 3 and the 7 are considerably better than the rest, so maybe just put the 3 to 7 in your picks and move on in a race that's wide open. What do you think?
Well, I like the 7. Stormin' Love is my first choice. That drops in class today. Can improve in the second start since the layoff, and a longer distance will help, I think. Blinkers are added today. Then I like number 6, Photo Op. He has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey, 5 Ramses or whatever. He finished third and he finished in the money in 2 out of his last 3 starts. He has a high percentage winning trainer. This trainer wins 24% of the races in a horse's second start with the trainer. And he has a good workout on October 30th. My long shot is that Money Hungry, number 3. He has second place finish at Churchill Downs out of 3 starts. His highest last speed rating is the best, and his best dirt speed is fastest among today's starters. And he has a high percentage winning jockey. I'm going to play the last pick for 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 10 with the 4, 8, with the 6, 9, and I'm going to finish up with the 1, 3, 8, 9, $48 ticket.
Will you stop? I start with Money Hungry. Hopefully Money Hungry will win this race and give us some big money to feed that hunger at the end of the pick 4. Top last race speed figure, 5 points clear of the next closest competitor, and all of the race internals were better last time out. Photo Op, this 6-horse, maybe, according to its resume, the best race will come after a rest. Ramses, yes, indeed, the Nacho Libre horse. Hard to overlook that last workout. Best of its published numbers to date. And then finally, the 10-horse Saturday Long Legs. Maiden special weight dropper in the 3rd start after a layoff, after showing some early race improvement in its last. And if you watch our shows, if you search in our YouTube channel for Craig Milkowski from Timeform US, you can pick up a lot of really good information on some of the hints that horses might be ready to run a big race today. And check that out. One of them is that improved early pace, Terry. No show tomorrow, no Foreign Fridays. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with Foreign Fridays next week. But Terry, to make sure you don't miss us at Parks early next week, or Aqueduct, or Churchill, or wherever we find ourselves, it's the best thing you can do.
Well, first of all, we do have a show tomorrow, right? Aqueduct.
Oh, yes. Tomorrow's Thursday. I'm all mixed up. Yes.
But other than that, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel to be able to see all what's happening here, and hit that little bell so that it tells you when we have our programs coming. And then go down and copy that link and share it with everybody you know. They can come check us out. And then go to our social sites such as Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, and TikTok at Horse Race, the number 2 day. Give us thumbs up and likes. That really helps us out a lot. And then keep your comments coming and any picks that you may want to talk about, because we enjoy seeing them and they also help us out.
Race 7, as we got more races to do today and tomorrow. Apparently, I don't know, just not enough sleep of late, I guess. Race number 7, Terry, the lucky race. What are they running for here?
6 furlongs, an allowance race, $50,000. It's a purse of $72,000 for fillies 2-year-olds, which have started for a claiming price of $50,000 or less, or which have broken their maiden in a maiden auction race, and which have never won a race other than a maiden claiming or waiver claiming.
And the 6 furlong profile of a winner does favor tactical speed. Again, almost 1 out of 4 winning on the front. Post positions 1 through 7, they get a small bonus. 8 and out, they get dinged pretty hard. Again, a lot of horses in here, Terry, with limited career experience, so that numbers could be a little bit off, but doesn't look like many of them will be off the pace at the start.
Yeah, see, as you can see there, they all show some kind of speed, and they're all pretty close. So it's another one of those anyone's guess races. Who gets that quarter pole first? The 1 has an overlay 3-1 to 4-1. The 2 has an overlay 4-1 to 10-1. 3 has an overlay 4-1 to 15-1. And all of the horses show par plus, and there's a couple of really high ones, the 1 and the 5. And then all of them show C zones.
Yeah, it's another one. Just pull a number out of a hat, and you might be successful just doing that. Balanced race, 2 on the front, 2 in the back, 4 in the middle, like hamburgers used to look before Wendy said, "Where's the beef?" So we'll see how these horses play out as the race takes off. The 2 and the 6, well, they should be on the front. The 4 right there, the 7. So it does look like everybody should line up where they want to be. Maybe the 3 horse is the one that's out of line, but only 6 points from top to bottom. Again, getting off to a good start could be a very big part of where this race is won and lost. Autumn Rhythm, Gerland's Empire, Kentucky's Smoke Show. They have the most late speed. You do get a little bit of a drop off in the numbers here. Top total 4 horses. Didn't change much. The 1, the 8, the 5, and the 4 in here, Terry. Which ones are your top 4?
I like number 8, Gerland's Empire. She won her last race at Churchill Downs. Her best start speed is fast among today's starters. She has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. And a bullet workout, 4 furlongs on October 23rd. Mascara, the 4 is my second choice. She won her debut race. She has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 31% of the races in dirt starts, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. Mean Eileen, the 6 is my third choice, drops in class today, can improve at the shorter distance, and she has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Number 1 is my long shot, Autumn Rhythm. She won her debut race, and she has a trainer jockey combination who in the last 14 days been in the money in 6 out of 12 starts with 4 wins. No additional bets for me here.
Gerland's Empire tops my ticket too, Terry. Better in the second start after a layoff with a pair of workouts between races. Should be on edge. Kentucky Smoke Show, the 5 horse, returns to a sprint after going a mile last out. That cut back in distance with some early pace could be the difference maker. On the rail, we find Auto Rhythm. Any improvement from its debut? And that one's 2 for 2. Same story for the 4 horse, Mascara. Any improvement from its debut? And that horse could find itself in the winner's circle. No additional bets for me as we move on to the first leg of the late daily double. Race number 8, we can probably squeeze this one in before they run race number 2.
Okay, 7.5 furlongs, allowance race, $134,000 purse. It's for 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won $18,000 twice, other than a maiden claiming starter, restricted, or state bred, or which have never won 3 races.
7.5 furlongs. You can imagine they don't run very many at that distance. They ran 1 tactical speed 1 from way outside. You can't read much into that, Terry, but we can probably read something out of our simulations.
Yeah, that's right. We've got the 7 and the 6 that have the best speed in here, and they probably going to go head-to-head to the quarter pole. Then that 4 has an overlay of 6 to 5 to 12 to 1. The 7 has an overlay from almost 5 to 1 to 12 to 1. All of them show par plus, and they're all 100%. And then all of them show C zones. The 6, 3, and 1 are the highest C zones. Are pretty nice. And then the 7 has a really nice Q30.
Yeah, 60%. That 7 can get to the front. Look out, folks. Can the 7 get to the front in race number 8? Well, it looks like the 6 wants to be on the lead. 7 will be right there. Everybody else middle back. Those 2 tactically could have an edge, Terry, at this weirdo distance. Does look like those two will be out in front along with the 4 horse. We got a little bit of what we would call a left arrow horse right there, Mr. Terry. Top late speed belongs to the 7 horse again. Look out for Awesome Aram in there. That one, you might not be able to pass what you can't catch, Terry. It's also your top total pace horse, 7 points clear of the 6 and the 4, with the 2 mixed into there. 7 horse, maybe just bet the P horse and move on.
That's right. Well, I like in this race the 9 Liberal Arts drops in class today, switches a high percentage winning trainer, wins 33% of the races when he's using first-time Lasix on a horse. He has a high percentage winning jockey, and he has a good 5 furlong workout on October 26th. 2 Eagles River is my second choice. The 6 horse. He ran second in his last race. Best dirt speed is fast among today's starters and has a high percentage winning jockey. Then I like West Saratoga. The 3 drops in class today, has a high percentage winning jockey, and has a bullet workout on October 29th. Lambeth, the 2 is my long shot. Won 2 races out of his 5 career starts, and he has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. No additional bets for me as I'm out of money.
I'm going to start with the 6 horse, 2 Eagles River as my first selection to start off that daily double. Top last race speed figure was 4 points clear of the next closest group. And their resume says, hey, good chance that number will go up in the second start. And look out if it gets the lead at the Lone E with that strong C-zone score. The Liberal Arts, the 9 horse. This one comes out of a whole bunch of graded stakes races, Terry, facing its softest company in about 5 races. Number 1, Banishing. This one is coming off a very big win, statistically speaking. If you get a win by more than 1.5 lengths, you got a really good chance to score in the next race. So maybe some room to be better in the second up as well. And then finally, Awesome Aaron, that 7 horse, is our top total pace horse. 7 points clear of everybody else. Sometimes you can't pass what you can't catch. I don't know what in the hell I'm doing here. But I have a $20 to win in place on the 6 horse. And then I got a $5 exact key box with the 6, with the 1, 7, and where did I get those other numbers from?
I have no idea.
Yeah, but
it happens to me.
and I got them right now. Thankfully, I'm like, those numbers are so out of whack, I didn't overlook it, which I can do from time to time. Race number 2 is off and running, Terry.
Okay.
So looking at the race as I'm popping to a bigger screen so I can see what I'm looking at. The 8 horse, Trust Daddy, has gone out to the front along with a little bit of competition from the 1. The 6 horse in a very weird spot trying to run in between horses. That's always kind of tough. So right now you have the 6, the 1, and the 8. They're probably about 2-3 lengths clear of the next wave of horses, which includes the 2 horse, Cathedral Beach, the 5 horse, which is B Stud. And then looks like, I don't know who's back there, the 4 and the 3 at the back of the pack. They're coming around the turn with the 6 and the 1, still setting the tone early on. The 8 horse is moving up kind of nicely, bounding up into there. It looks like the horse has a good shot to be in the mix. Around the turn they come. That 1 horse down on the rails continuing to set the pace. The jockey's trying to get the 8 horse to switch leads, but he ain't going to do it. It looks like this 1 horse, Line of Scrimmage, Terry, is going to really screw up what we saw in that last race and go wire to wire with Line of Scrimmage. And then you got the 5 horse coming in second. What happened there? What did we miss with the 1 horse?
I don't know.
Let's go back and look. He's one of the greats. So we're just off to a blazing start. All right. Line of Scrimmage, Brian Hernandez, Joe Sharp. Big improvement in that last race, that 90. Won by 8. Again, there's that angle of winning by 8. Maiden claiming 50,000. The trainer wins a pretty good rate coming off of that claim. Workouts since that win were blah. Kind of tough to see what you would like there. You did see that really strong improvement in that 2 and 4 early pace number, like we talked about with Craig Milkowski. As far as your fractions are concerned, it does look like it ran faster fractions. It's for every length is about every 5 lengths equals about 2 seconds. So you can add 2 seconds to that. 46, 110, 112. Yeah, a lot of indications that a horse might come out and run a good race today, Terry. We just kind of missed that one, I guess.
Yeah, it likes the slop too, you can tell.
Yeah, well, it didn't have a race on that before, so now you know.
Now we know. Yeah.
Yeah, slop can mess a lot of things up too, unfortunately. All right, well, let's go to the last race for today. Hopefully we get sunny, warm, and fast tomorrow in New York. Before we do New York, we got to close it out with the ninth race today at Churchill Downs.
Yep, 7 furlongs, maiden claiming race, $30,000 claiming price, purse $50,000 for maidens, fillies, and mares 3-year-olds and upward.
Well, early speed wins at that length, 70, about 40% of the time on the front. Maybe you just pick one that gets to the lead there. Real discount. What's her number? 2 through 7, a bonus. 8 and out, probably the worst place to be. Again, horses with limited careers, Terry, so the data could be a little bit skewed, but it looks like the inside 2 horses are going to be the ones that get to the lead.
Yeah, and that two should, I think, get there first, even though the one has got pretty good speed too. And then the one has a small overlay from just about over 3 to 1 to 7 to 2. And then the 2 has an overlay from 10 to 1 to 15 to 1. 3 has an overlay from 5 to 2 to 12 to 1. All but the 6 and 7 have par plus numbers. All of the horses have C zones, but the 2 and 3 are pretty nice. And that 6 has a really good Q30.
And our race shape for the last time today, we're looking at horses here, Terry. Well, 2 and 9, not close. 1, 7, 8 wanted to close. 3, 6, 4. Again, I feel like being up front with this race shape when most horses middle back are unable to finish should favor the horses that get to the front. Pink Moon might be in that mix. Bella Estrella along with Red Head Stranger. Very competitive again, though, Terry, for most of these horses, except for maybe the 7. So that 7 will need some late legs. Doesn't look like it has it. Classy Mystery is the quickest of the closers. Yo, 11. The Sesame Street horse, the 4 horse, unlike any of the others. Our top 4 here, Terry, include the 4, the 6, the 8, and the 3. Who are your top 4?
Well, I like the 9. She drops in class today, can improve while returning to a sprint, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 21% of the races when taking a horse from a maiden to a maiden claiming race, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. Then I like the 1 high, what's her number? She drops in class today. She has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. The 8 Classic Mystery, third choice, drops in class today, has a high percentage winning trainer. Then I like the 3 Bella Estrella. As my long shot, she drops in class today and has a high percentage winning trainer. No additional bets for me as I'm out of money.
And I'm going to start with the 3 horse. Again, where you stop, I start. I like the 3 horse in here because it's another one of those horses with a stronger speed rating than everybody else. 3 points clear. And getting some Lasix for the first time could make that number even go higher, I suspect. Yo 11, the 4 horse. That is that Sesame Street horse. Always been very well bet. And maybe benefits today from going from turf to slop. We'll see. Number 9, Dia Estelar. Showed some speed and faded in its last race. Cut back in distance could help that horse carry its speed a little bit longer. Tough call between the 2 and the 6 for me. That 6 with that big Q30 score. But I'm going to go with the 2 horse Pink Moon. This one is the biggest of the maiden special weight droppers. I think there's only 2 maiden special weight droppers. Has early speed, and like we just saw with that 1 horse, if it can dart out to a lead, maybe you can keep it from gate to wire. No additional bets for me. Here are our full picks, Terry, off to a sluggish start for the 2 of us. So hopefully the final 7 races, we can turn the ship around. Again, we'll be back tomorrow for Aqueduct. I misspoke earlier when I said, hey, we're going to be off tomorrow. I thought tomorrow was Friday, but it's not. So to make sure you don't miss the Thursday show, Terry, how can you assure that you'll be here? And maybe I should sign up too.
Well, first I'm going to tell Matt Holland hi, and that the race 2 was won by the 1 horse Line of Scrimmage, paid $16.32 to win. And then I'm going to tell you that if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, we sure would like you to do that because it really helps us out. And then take that little bell, click on it, and you're going to get notified about all of our different programs. And then go down and copy that link and share it with everybody you know so they can come and check us out. Go to our social sites such as X, Facebook, Twitter, Threads, and TikTok at Horse Race the number 2 Day. Gives us thumbs up and likes. We really appreciate that. And then also keep your your comments and your picks coming. It really helps us out as well.
As always, any interactivity between you and us helps us with the algorithms. One way you can interact with us in just a minute, we will go about timestamping every race in the description here on YouTube. So just make sure you go over there. You can watch future races and maybe find which horses you want to fade, because that would have been the best thing to do so far today. Again, when the show's over horseracingtoday.net, we'll also put a list of all of our comments as well as our picks, a replay of the show. You'll find it here. You also find our Horse Racing Today gear by clicking on that button. Got stuff for guys, girls, and everybody in between. So make sure you find what you like over there. Help support the show and look great. It's all customizable too. So if you don't like the black and you like the orange, whatever color that is, salmon or purple, you're free to change it and make it look the way you want it to look. And then free picks today over at Finger Lakes are available at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. A link in the description below. Use that so they know where you came from. Terry, any final thoughts from you before we part company today?
Well, I just hope everybody stays safe this week and things go good for everybody. And I just like to say that you should love your loved ones and show them how you feel about them, because you never know what's going to happen from day to day. Just have a great rest of the week.
Yes, indeed. Thanks for joining us on this hump day with Hollywood Hay and a muddy day at Churchill today. No matter what you're doing for the rest of your Wednesday, we certainly hope it's filled with God's grace, God's favor. Everything that you do in all of your endeavors, Terry, ends up somewhere our horses haven't been so far.
In the winner's circle.
Thanks. Have a great day.